So the quantities I'm giving today is to make enough for 2 people with leftovers. So in other words, it'll make enough for 3, 2 and a lunch. To prepare in advance, you need to make some tomato sauce, or you could buy a jar of tomato sauce, and you'll need about 400 grams of tomato sauce. To cook these large pasta shells, I've cooked 150 grams. There is a recipe on my website with quantities to make a big one for 6 people. Those are the things you need to get done in advance. We're going to make the meatballs, chicken meatballs, into a chopper. We're putting it in, that was about a tablespoon of parsley, 2 tablespoons of parmesan. This was 50 grams of bread soaked in 2 tablespoons of milk. That's going to go in. And a garlic clove, I forgot to mention that, and give it a whiz. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees. Next thing to go in is 150 grams of chopped chicken thigh fillet. I'm putting in, that's a whole beaten egg. I'm only putting in half of it. You can use the other half in your scrambled eggs tomorrow. Some salt and some pepper. Whiz it up again. With wet hands, because it's easier, we're going to make 20 really teeny tiny, I'll put it here so you can see, little chicken balls. It might make more than 20, and if it does, use them for something else. So we'll just make these cute little balls. They're going to shrink anyway when you cook them. I have, on the tray, I've just wiped it with some oil so that they won't stick, because obviously it's chicken thigh fillet, which don't be too precious. Reweight your hands if you need to. Oh, this actually made 18 balls, and it's going to go in the oven for 15 minutes. While the balls are cooking, I've got about 120 grams of ricotta. I'm putting in another tablespoon of parsley, a tablespoon of torn basil. I'm going to add some salt, some pepper, and another couple of tablespoons of parmesan. I know what I wanted to say. I'm coming back. This is also a great place to use the roast garlic that I made the other day. You can chop it up, mash it up, however you want to do it. I'm just going to chop it up and squish it up like that. It's beautiful. It's going in like a paste. I might even put 2 in because it's just such a lovely smoky flavour. I'm going to mash it with the back of the knife. In it goes. Give it a good stir. If it's too stiff, because for example my ricotta is homemade, it is very stiff, I'm just going to let it down a tiny bit with some milk, because that's going to make it easier to spoon into the shells. There we are, look, that's perfect. I need to clear down before I carry on. Spoon your tomato sauce into the bottom of an appropriately sized tin. I cooked the shells to the pack instructions, rinsed them in cold water, and then doused them with some olive oil so that they didn't stick together. I've now got a teaspoon, the ricotta, and we're going to put a smear of ricotta in the bottom of each shell and put the shell in the tray. Nice relaxing work. If you've got leftover pasta shells like I have, because I always make too much, you can save those and fill them with cottage cheese like the recipe that I did last week. That's the meatballs ready. I quite like it when things don't go to plan. I took these out of the oven. They were all stuck to the pan, so I've put it on the gas. I have released them with this. We're ready to go. To ball. Oh, God. In each pasta shell. I'm going to do a tiny drizzle of oil. I'm actually using chili oil, just for a little bit of extra heat. A very generous grind of black pepper. It won't need any more salt because we're going to finish it off with a little bit more parmesan. What I've actually done, you don't have to do this, it's whatever. I had some grated mozzarella in the fridge as well, so I've mixed parmesan with mozzarella, and I'm going to scatter it over the top. Yum. This will go in the oven for 15 minutes. How gorgeous is that? I've got a little bit of parsley left that I didn't add to the sauce, so I'm just going to sprinkle that over the top because I can't bear waste. I'm also going to leave that to sit for a bit because I don't like pasta dishes like piping hot. Anyway, I'll shut up and then I'll go and eat it.